Jai Hind and welcome to the lecture series of manufacturing processes with subject code BME 403. The targeted student will be BTech Mechanical second year. I am Dr. Suman Gotwal, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the conventional machine. Okay. So these will be the outline of today's lecture. First, we are going to discuss about the metal processes. What do you mean by the metal processes? And first, let me select the pen. Okay. So first, we are going to discuss about the introduction to metal processes. Then we will see the classification of different metal cutting processes. What should be the characteristics in the metal cutting? Then we will see what are the disadvantages with the machining. Then we will discuss about the introduction to machining tool. And last, we are going to discuss about the single point and the multi-point cutting tool. So first is the what are the conventional machining? What is conventional machining? Conventional machining is basically we can say it is a traditional machining process. Okay, conventional machining, and here the tool and the workpiece will always be in contact. As we have seen in case of the lathe machine, different operations are taking place on the shaper machine, milling machine, grinding machine. So here we will see that the tool will always be in contact with the workpiece. Okay, so this type of machining is known as the conventional machining or the traditional machining process. Okay, so by using the various types of processes, the metals are removed here. Okay, so as we are talking about the machining processes, means we are removing the unwanted material from the raw material or from the block. Okay, so here you can see that the unwanted material will be removed from the workpiece to obtain the required shape and size. Okay, so with the help of the machining process, we can achieve the good surface finish and desired dimensional accuracies, which is in the required tolerances. Okay, and these processes are classified as the metal processes. So if we talk about the metal processes in which we are machining of the material, metal is taking place, or we can say the manufacturing of metal are taking place. So we can classify it on the basis of the cutting processes or the non-cutting processes. So in case of the cutting processes, we can see we have the turning, boring, drilling, shaping and milling. Okay, these are the processes in which these are the cutting processes, means with the help of the machining we are removing the extra material or the undesired material, unwanted material from the raw workpiece to give it the proper or the required shape and size. So in case of the turning, if we discuss about these type of processes. So as we know that in case of turning, what we are doing, we are using the single point cutting tool, and we have the workpiece which is rotating at a very high speed. So if the axis of rotation of the workpiece and the movement of the tool or the tool speed is in the parallel directions, means we are reducing the diameter of the workpiece, then it is known as the turning operation. Okay, if we are reducing the length of the workpiece, then it is known as the facing operation. Then drilling, if we are drilling a new hole with the help of the drill bit, then it is here also we are removing the material. Okay, then we are providing the shape on the shaper machine. Okay, we are finishing our surface. Okay, then we are also providing the shape to a particular workpiece. Then we can have the milling operation also, in which the milling cutter will be used for the required operation, whether we are creating the teeth on the outer profile to make it the hair, or we are performing the other operation. Okay, then we can have the boring operation, means we are enlarging the already drilled hole with the help of the boring tool. Then in this case we are again removing the material. Okay, so these all processes come under the cutting processes. A number of processes are available, but some of them are shown here. Okay, now we come to the non-cutting processes. So in case of the non-cutting processes, these are basically the forming processes. These are come under the forming processes. And what is the forming processes? Basically, here we are providing the required shape and size by deforming the material plastically. We are deforming it plastically. So by plastically deforming the material, we are providing the shape and size. And here the external force or external force will be used to provide the a particular shape and size to a material. So material may be heated or it will be done at the room temperature. That will depend on the type of forming process we are performing. Okay, so the processes which come under this non-cutting are the drawings. When we are making the wire form, okay, thin wire form shapes, then we are using the drawing operation. Then extrusion. Extrusion is basically, here we have a chamber in which the heated billet is filled, and then the with the help of the piston, the pressure is applied, and this chamber is having an opening which is known as the orifice of the nozzle, and through which the material will come out. So with the help of this process, we can make the rod or the bar type of objects. Then we have the forging operation also, in which we are heating the material and then we are applying the external force. Then we have the rolling operation, in which the large size of rollers are used to provide the shape. So thin sheets type, for making the sheets, we are using the roller. We can use the 2 roller, 3 roller, depending on requirement of the type of process. Then we have the spinning operation also, in case of the non-cutting processes. So all these processes means some of the processes which come under the non-cutting process are shown here. Okay, so this is the broad classification of the machining, or we can say the metal processes. Now we come to the introduction to metal cutting processes. So we have broadly classified the metal cutting processes, or metal cutting processes means when we are removing the material into the 2 categories. Okay, or we have given the abrasive processes into the third. We have kept it into the third category. So we can say we can divide it into the 3 broad categories. First one is the traditional processes or the conventional processes. Okay, so in case of the conventional processes, basically the material is removed by a sharp cutting tool. Okay, so the example of this type of process are turning, milling and drilling. But in case of the non-traditional processes or the non-conventional or unconventional machining operations, where form of energies will be used rather than the sharp cutting tool, various forms of energy will be used to remove the material. For example, laser and electron beam machining, or ECM, EDM, abrasive jet machining, ultrasonic machining. All these are the example of non-traditional processes. Next, we come to the abrasive processes. Means here the abrasive particles will be used with a bending material to remove the process. Okay, we can use the loose pieces or loose abrasive particles with a medium, or we can use the grinding wheel form. Means different types of tools also, abrasive tools also, for removing the material. So here the material removal by hard abrasive particles, and the example of this is grinding. Now, the general characteristics of the metal cutting. So we'll see here what are the characteristics that will affect our metal cutting process. Thickness of the uncut layer. Okay, uncut layer thickness, depth of cut, how much depth of cut we are taking, the thickness of the chips produced. Okay, the wastage material is coming out from the raw material in the form of the chips. So what is the thickness of the chip produced? These are the characteristics. Okay, basically the inclination of the chip tool interface with respect to the cutting velocity. So what is the relationship between these? What is the chip tool interface? The relative velocity of the workpiece and the tool. Okay, we have to keep these factors mind when we are studying the metal cutting operations. To make the cutting possible, the clearance angle between the job and the flank surface is also provided. Okay, so we will see the clearance angle which is at the back surface of the tool, okay, or the flank surface of the tool and the machine workpiece. Okay, this is the clearance angle, so it must be provided. Okay, now we will see this diagram. In this diagram, basically, this is our workpiece. This one is our workpiece. Okay, and this is the wedge-shaped tool, which is the single point cutting tool. This one is the tool. This surface is known as the tool rake face, and this flank surface is known as the flank surface. Okay, this side of the tool is known as the flank surface. This side of the tool over which the chips will flow, okay, is known as the rake face of the tool. Okay, and the tool is moving in this direction, so it is the cutting velocity of the tool. Now we will see this phi angle, which is the angle between the cutting speed and the shear angle. This is the basically the shear plane along which the deformation will take place. Okay, so the angle between the shear plane and the axis or the cutting speed is of the workpiece. Okay, this is known as the shear angle. This thickness is the thickness of the uncut chip. Okay, T naught, uncut chip thickness, and this is the TC, chip thickness. And after removing the material from the workpiece, this wasted material or the chips are flowing over the rake face of the tool. Okay, now we have this angle alpha. Alpha is basically the rake angle of the tool, and this is between the rake face of the tool and the axis which is perpendicular to the cutting speed. Okay, this axis perpendicular to the cutting speed and the rake face of the tool, it is the known as the rake angle of the tool. This side it will be positive rake angle, and this side after 90 it will be negative rake angle. Okay, and this is the axis which is parallel to the cutting speed or the parallel to the cutting speed, and the shear plane is known as the shear angle. So these are the terms which we are going to use in the further analysis. Now we will see what are the disadvantages of the machining. So first disadvantage is the wasteful of the material, because we are removing the material to provide a shape or size to the raw material, and this unwanted material is not desirable. It is undesired material, or the chips which are generated in the machining process are the wasted material. Okay, it is a time consuming task and it is costly also. So a machining operation generally takes more time to shape a given material than alternative shaping processes. So it is the time consuming task. Like other shaping process, like these are the primary manufacturing processes, like the casting, powder metallurgy, or the forming. And here the material is not wasted in case of the forming process. Okay, powder metallurgy. So it is the time consuming task. Third one defect we can say it is the costly process. Now we will discuss about the machine tool. So what is machine tool? Machine tool is basically a non-portable power operated and reasonably valued device or system of devices in which energy is expended to produce the jobs of desired shape, size and surface finish by removing the excess material from the performed blanks in the form of chips with the help of the cutting tools, and which is moved past the work surfaces. So there is a difference between the machine tool and the cutting tool. So machine tool is basically the system in which the cutting tool will be used to remove the material from the workpiece. For example, the lathe machine is a machine tool, but the single point tool which is used for performing different operation is the example of cutting tool. Okay, so this is the diagram you can see here. This is the same diagram. This is our workpiece. This is the wedge type of tool, wedge shaped single point cutting tool. This one is our flank surface of the tool. This is the machine surface of the tool. And here we have the clearance angle. This is the rake face of the tool. This is the shear plane. So it is known as the shear zone along which the shearing will takes place. Okay. So this one is the shear zone where the shearing is taking place. This one is the chip tool interface because the chips are in contact with the tool surface. So this is the chip tool interface. This is the tool work interface because here the cutting tool and the work surface are in contact. So this portion is known as the tool work interface. If we talk about the terms of heat, so we can see in this diagram that here the 80% of energy is converted to heat. Okay, in case of the tool. If we talk about the chip, then 80% energy is converted to heat. Most of the heat will be taken along with the chip, flowing chip on the x axis, and only 2% of energy heat is transferred to this workpiece. Only 2% of energy is converted to heat here. Okay, and in case of the tool, 18% of energy will be converted into the heat. So most of the heat will be taken away by the chip away from the tool, cutting tool. Now we come to the single point cutting tool. So single point cutting tool is basically the tool in which only one cutting edge is available. Okay, so we can see these type of operations in which the single point cutting tool is used for performing the different operations. Like in this case, we can see facing on a vertical boring machine. So here the boring operation is done here, which is used for enlarging the already drilled hole. Okay, this is our workpiece and this is our tool. Now we can see here this basically the material is removed in this process also. And this is the production of a flat surface on a planer machine. So planer machine is on the planer machine, this is our workpiece, and this tool is basically used to remove the material. You can see here this is the machine surface. So it is used for producing the flat surface. Okay, and then we can see here this is the cylindrical turning on a lathe. This is the single point cutting tool which is moving in this direction, and this is the workpiece which is rotating at the high speed. And here we can see we are reducing the diameter of a cylindrical workpiece with the help of the turning operation. Okay, this is the internal boring on a horizontal boring machine. So here we are basically performing the boring operation, and this is the internal boring basically. Okay, the internal surface is enlarged. So this is done on the horizontal boring machine. And then we can see here planing and shaping. So here shaper machine, here the planer machine was used for producing the flat surface. Here we are using the shaper machine to produce the flat surface. Okay, so these are basically the different operations with the help of the single point cutting. Now we have the multi-point cutting tool also. For example, here we can see in these tools a number of cutting edges are available, and all these edges are coming in contact with the workpieces. So here the material removal rate will be high, and it will be the fast process as compared to the single point cutting tool, because there only one cutting edge is available. For example, here we are producing the flat surface. Here we are cutting a slot. This is the blind or the through hole drilling with the help of the drill bit. This is the broaching tool. So here the broaching or the finishing operation is taking place, And this is the broaching on a vertical broaching machine. This is the vertical broaching machine. So broaching operation is done, and here we are doing the foam cutting. This is the dovetail to make this type of slot, and this is the rimming operation, which is also a finishing operation. And here we can see there number of cutting edges are given. So these all tools are the multi-point cutting tool. So this is all about today's lecture. So in this lecture we discussed about what is the difference between the machine tool, cutting tool, what are the metal processes, how we can classify it into the cutting and non-cutting processes, and what is the broad classification of the cutting machining operations, like what are the unconventional machining processes, what are the conventional machining processes. And after that we saw the characteristics of the metal cutting, and then we discussed about the single point and multi-point cutting operations. So thank you so much.